Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is Italia Demo version. This is a new mod map by Edomod, Sbaffo Farming and SMI Modding Team. The thumbnail is my personal opinion. This map is phenomenal. Stunning, picturesque, beautiful. What's been done on it is incredible. Now that comes at a cost. It's 850.12 megabytes download, which is a lot, I know, but stick with it. Even if you just stick with it for the map tour and then decide it's not for me, that's entirely up to you. I hope you won't be disappointed because it is a thing of beauty. It starts off by saying one of the special features of this map is that all the buildings, streets, walls and fences, tracks and even the train locomotive are original and designed by me from scratch. That's the map maker, not me. We are at the Stazione and the train is just down there. That's why you can hear the ringing of the bell. We'll get to that in a little while because there's train announcements as well. But we start with this. Left click to hide all markers. Now, there are a lot of these around the map and they may annoy you. And if they annoy you, come up to it, press circle. You notice down there, look, there's nothing. I go back on it, press it again and put them back on. Where there are sell points, where there are water points, anything of importance, have these things marked, which is brilliant. If you're new to the map, if you're trying to find your way around, once you've played it for a little bit, you might then think, okay, I know where everything is now, I don't need that. So come back here to the station, click on that, and they will all go. That's the first thing to point out. The texture palette, the lighting, the graphic detail, I mean, just the level of detail on this. I know I sound gushy and it's embarrassing. Honestly, for me personally, Terra Italica was one of my favourite maps in FS17 for how picturesque it was. This, I believe, again, personally, is now up there for me as one of the better maps, best maps, if not the best. Bold statement, I know, but again, stick with it. From the train station then, we're going to head around and take in some of the sell points. We have an egg sell point just there. We've got the spinnery sell point just there. Sell your wool. We're going to whiz down the hill and just take in some of the detail. Is, let's say, it's incredible. Now, can I get it to open? I had trouble getting this gate to open earlier. Might be because I don't own the land yet. Now, let's have a look at the map. Now, this all starts on the start screen. If you linger on the start screen before clicking to the loading screen, it's playing Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Concerto No. 4, Winter. I just sat for 10 minutes just listening to that. So, I've kind of got myself all thrown out of whack a little bit here, but there are no custom crops on the map. I think a lot of people might have been hoping to get grapes and that kind of thing. Honestly, I don't think you have to worry. I've got myself, I haven't even checked the mod situation, to be honest with you, but we'll check that while we're on here. Let's have a look at the map and see where we're at. This is the map. It's not very big, but it really doesn't need to be. There is a train line that runs right the way around the outside and takes in a lot of the sell points and things, so we're going to have a look at it via the train and we'll do a little bit by vehicle. On New Farmer, normal economy, we start over here. Now there are two farms that are kind of set up ready to go. You start with the first one here, which is Masseria Azura, I think it's called. So we have a farmhouse, there is a sleep trigger there, and we've got chickens. We'll get around to that in a bit. Fuel prices come in kind of chunks, but aren't too bad, in all honesty. But there's something to be aware of. If we look at the key up here, so 3 is Azura, that's where we start. There's Parma and there's Italia. Parma is a pig farm. Italia is up here, kind of top of the hill, number 1. Now that's a placeables point. Although it shows like a farm there, there's actually nothing on the hill. Now I don't know if that's a mistake or whether there's supposed to be. It doesn't say whether there's supposed to be any required mods or anything like that. But then we've got A, B, C, D right the way down here. Now these are all points on the map that we don't own yet, but they are marked in red. And if we buy them, things will appear on them. So what I've done, you might have noticed, I've put in some money. Now, if you come onto your New Farmer, it's 100 100,000 pounds, euros or dollars. That's what you will start with. You won't start with 1.6 million. I put that on there just so I can show you as we go around all the various different points. And the first of those being this one right here. So if I go back to my map and go to A, if I click on it, it's not actually too expensive, 4,872, we'll buy it. If I buy the land, we get another sleep trigger and we get a silo option. Now again, I don't know. There we go. Just need to get the trigger right. So if we come in here, we have got another sleep trigger. Well, the first you'll be seeing. We have a sleep trigger here. He says... Oh, that's interesting. You've got to be kidding me. I did just buy it, didn't I? Oh, there we go, look. Sleep trigger at the table. And over here, we've got a silo marked. Storage. Now again, if you want the markers turned off, you can turn off. So we've got some storage there. The slot count is fairly high. It's 711 when you start on New Farmer. And within that slot count comes all of these things that are kind of, they're on the map already. You don't start with them, but they are already there. I've left the train there. That would normally be going around its own. I've put it there because I'm going to need it in a little while. But that's been modelled. I mean, oh, it's incredible. The next one we're going to come to is your milk sell point. This is the Lateria Matese. And that's a milk sell point. Now, you can only sell your milk here by road. You can't do it by train. Then we're going to head up. Actually, you know what I will do? Let's drive the train up to the next bit. Because by the station, let's just take this in for a minute as well. Wow. There is so much really cool stuff on here that's kind of been built into the map. The layout of the map, the topography is incredible. I don't know, it just works so well. And what we'll do is come round, because you should hear the announcements. Brilliant. Right, we're going to cross the tracks because I know we're taking some more of the sell points and buy points and things. This here is your livestock market, just here. If we go around, we've got root crop sell point here. This is the Scalo Murphy BP, I think it's called. If we check in here, go down to Scalo, sorry if it's Murky BP. This is your root crop sell point, which is just there. And then we come round the back of the building and we've got another sell point. This is the Depositi Graniano, so the deposit of grain sell point. We'll have a look at the map because they are, like I say, they're right on top of each other. So we've got the information point, we've got the spinnery, there's an egg sell point. We went down here and we've got the sleep trigger, silo, and the milk sell point. Then we come back up across the way, we've got the livestock market, we've got the sell point for root crops, and then we've got the sell point there for Depositi Graniano, all right on top of each other. So it's all kind of quite thick with stuff. Now point B, if we click on that, is Woodland. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not sure if you have to buy it. You'll see why in a minute. We're going to go and jump back on the train and we're going to now head around and take in those sell points. But I'm hoping you're kind of already getting that feel. The quality of it graphically, of it, the modelling and the texturing and everything is incredible. So the next point we're going to come to is point B. Now this is a wood chip point by the forest. This has a crane. It has a wood chipper, but unlike anything I've ever come across before. Now I'm not sure we'll be able to get up there, but we'll see. So as we come across, we'll just stop here. Now a lot of these things, because we've got the different train cars and carriages, we'll go to one like that. Let's open up the help menu. We'll go up here and jump over the top. So if we come up the steps, we've got this point here. We've got, actually, let's jump down here. We've got this bit down here as well. So select the unloading pipe to start unloading. If we enter vehicle, we have got pipe out. You don't actually see anything for that, pipe out, but it does put a pipe out. We've got unfold wood crusher. Watch the lever on the wall. That unfolds it, then turn on wood crusher. Start the engine first. Turn the wood crusher and the belt starts going. Right, so our wood crusher's going. And this is unlike any other wood crusher I've come across in any map. It's built in and it's amazing. So the wood crusher's going. Now, you can back up and tip small logs into here if you want to, into the wood crusher. That'll wood chip, and I think it stores them. I think it's got 200,000 litres of storage, something along those lines. But if I come over here and press enter, we've got a crane. I'm going to change the angle only so we can see a little better. Now, if I go L1 and right stick side up and down, we can move the crane forward. We can move the crane side to side. The great thing about this is we can take this crane and we can take it right over here, which takes us right over the tracks, which means we can unload logs and things from the train. So that's taking me over the train. If I do R1, right stick up and down rotates it, and then I can go up and down with it, so I can rotate to pick up logs. Now here's the great thing, this has got straps, so you don't have to worry about those pesky log grabs. We can go down, use tension straps, you can grab your logs, then we bring the whole lot back over and we can dump them into the wood chipper, or we can take them off the back of a lorry here, or we can take, you know, there are so many different options. I'll change camera angle, let's go to that one there. I've got my logs off my train, so I go to that one, rotate them round, we go right over that, hang on, go that way, and I can drop them right into the wood chipper. It's honestly, it's astounding and amazing and brilliant. I love the whole idea of it. Just going to hop down, go in there, turn the engine off. So yeah, so we can unload the wood chips then into the train, and we can take the wood chips elsewhere. So not only can we take logs off the train and wood chip them, we can put wood chips onto the train and take them to other places. There's some storage up there as well. I'm just very conscious of the fact I've got a lot to get round. So that's the wood chipper crane. It's all the arches, the brickwork, the bridges, everything about it. The road layout. I could just spend hours driving around it. So it's one of those maps I could just drive around. So, next point we come to is the IFED. Now, say sell point. It's a sell point and a silo. So you can load onto the train here, or you can sell here. What's great about this as well, again, built into the hillside. So you've got the loading points to load into the train. But this I love, look, go up here, and we can go through the wall, up the steps, and you've got your 2 points here. So you've got this one here, if you tip into there, that can load into the train. And I think, like I say, I'm sure it's 200,000 litres of your main sort of crop types, so you can load into the train to take elsewhere, or you've just got the sell point. So we'll go to the map, we come around the IFE, it's IFE, did I put IFED? IFE, just here. So sell point, or silo for switching over trains, or switching onto trains. Again, on part of just a lovely bit of landscape. Wow. Right, down here. The hard thing was going around this map trying to find where to get a location for doing a thumbnail, because I'll be honest with you, the whole map is it just looks amazing. No shortage of spots to find a lovely bit. Might as well stop right there. But I guess we're at the next point, which I should have just walked to it. This is point H on the map. So from the IFE, we're at point H. Now point H is a plot you can buy, and this is for sheep. If we go across again to our menu there, point H, ovile, sheepfold. So there we have it. There's our open dialog box. This will hold 250 sheep. Okay, opens. We have got our feed point. We've got our water point. The pallets are where the wool pallets spawn. And look at the detail on those as well. Wow, honestly, it's mind-blowing. I'm going to keep saying it. I really don't mind if it's irritating or not, because it really is that good. No, it may not be for you. You may not like the terrain. You may not like the landscape. You know, you may not use trains. Or I just think what's been done to allow to just play in a completely different way on such a, you know, the textures are amazing. Oh, that was something I didn't check, did I? I didn't check to see if there was any modded stuff. Let's go to here and check. Right, miscellaneous, new. Animal pens, no. Silos, no. Decoration, farmhouses, no. Sheds, no. Okay, so there's nothing modded in by the modder to add in. If we come up the hillsides here and jump here, this is your main start farm. So if you come onto a new farmer, this is what you start with. This is the Masseria Arusa. And this has got a sleep trigger also, just down here. So there are multiple sleep triggers on this map. Our start equipment is all here. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. We've got our silo, so we put into the silo just here. On there we've got some pallets, we've got seed, there's some fertilizer knocking about. And that's what you take out of your silo. But again, it's the way it's all laid out, it has a really lovely feel. Water fill point just there. And again, like I said right from the start, these make life so much easier when you're getting used to the map and having a look round. But once you've done that, turn them off. A bit more of our start equipment here. I think we've got a trailer just touch around there. Headers there. Trailer there. And field 1 is what you start with on New Farmer. We do have a chicken coop again. Completely different to anyone I've come across before. This will hold 500 chickens. Egg pallets egg boxes will spawn there. The feed trigger, that's a good point actually. The feed trigger might be down this end because that's where the trailer is. Just try and look. Yeah, there we go. Feed triggers down this end for the chickens. So that's what you start off with. Now obviously if you come onto here on Farm Manager or start from scratch, you won't have that. So I said already the slot count was 711 on New Farmer. If you come onto here on Farm Manager or start from scratch, that drops down to 595, which I honestly think on a map of this quality with all the stuff on there, 595 is easily playable with some really cool stuff. But you start with nothing, you have no vehicles, nothing at all. Let's cross road and get back onto the train wherever I left it. From here, I think the next point might be another letter. I think it's D, and it's for the horses. Which is just there. Again, it's not, you don't start with it. Now it does say on the website, on the mod hub, that the whole point is it's been designed that you start with a fairly small farm, the cheaper of the two that you can buy. That one's got the chickens, one's got pigs, but all of these separate bits are fairly cheap for you to buy up and gradually expand rather than a big kind of, you know, massive expansion right off the bat. But, so, horse point is just here at D. If I click on that now, 176,000, buy that. The horse point pops up. This will take 16 horses. Little bit of a training area, feed trough, water trough, and the bedding point is... Where was the bedding point? That's interesting. I haven't bought a horse yet. Don't know where that noise has come from. It's got to be here somewhere. Anyway, it'll be here. So, that's your horses. Back on the train. We haven't got far to go to the next one. We come to the sawmill. Now, sawmill again, this is fantastic. So you can see there you've got a sell point trigger just there. The back of the train has got wagons for logs and lumber. So you can pull up here. I think it's under the cover. Just check. Yeah, see the marked area here? So if you get one of those wagons over that point, you can sell your logs directly here at the sawmill by train. But what you can also do, if I come around here, you can sell your wood chips. So if you've got other wood chips from elsewhere, you can bring them here, tip them in there, or you can bring your logs in from this way, and you can sell your logs here as well. Brilliant. And the level of detail that I haven't found anywhere on the map yet, and I've had a bit of a trawl around. I've been having a look about I haven't found a bit yet where I've looked and thought, okay, this was already good, but even like when you look at the map edges, I know it doesn't use the entirety of what you could use, but the way it's been done, it's not blurry. It looks like it goes on and on, that you're part of a much bigger landscape. It's been done very, very well. Next what we come to is the biogas plants. We've got the BGA Italia, the Biogas Italia, and the Vendita Foraggi. Again, for me, this is so cool. It's brilliant. We can actually sell our silage from the train. So when you start off, we have the sell point, and it's the BGA Italia. If we go across one, you see at the top there, BGA Italia we've already got. Now that will only take silage, and that's this point down here. So this is the BGA Italia. Now I think you have to use something quite high to lift up into that to sell. So that's what you start off with, the BGA Italia. But if we go onto the map and we buy it, so we come all the way around here, so here we are. If we buy this for 184,000, then go back on there. We've now got the Biogas Italia as well, so that's added in some extra stuff for selling. I don't think it takes anything else other than regular stuff, which it does. But we can do it from the train. I've really messed up here and I'm jumping down the side. There we go. So we drive our train over. You can do it by road here, so you can tip into the silage clamp. Oh, that's probably why, isn't it? You can tip here, or by train here to sell your silage. That makes life so much easier and absolutely brilliant. I think what this has done massively, there are lots of maps with trains on, but this has integrated the train so much into the map that it makes it a really useful tool. Often you'll be doing stuff and thinking, actually, you know what, I might as well, there's no point me using the train, I can do it much easier by road. This integrates it so well. 2 bunker silos, silage clamps, we've got a digestate tank down there for your byproducts. And we shall continue. The road layout with all the tracks and lanes and all the little railway tracks that lead off to different directions. Yes, you can't use them, but they're all there. And this bit here, this bit of road, is one of those bits that you sort of see on films. Goes up the hillside, you've got all these different 3 or 4 different switchback hairpins as it goes up, with all the brickwork and everything that goes with it. I'm going to just stop here, turn the engine off, hop out and go across the field, because just over here is the store, the main store, which is also the reset point. Now the store's a bit bare. I mean, you could add some stuff into this if you wanted to, some vehicles and bits of machinery if you wanted to. Oh yeah, I didn't actually show the start equipment, did I? I'm so sorry. This is what we start with. A Fiat 1300 DT, the TX32, which you saw at the first farm. The forklift truck is here. That's what suddenly reminded me. It's here at the main store. Trailer, header for the harvester, plough, power harrow, seeder, planter, fertilizer and herbicide sprayer, and header trailer. That's what you start with, and that's what I mean. The forklift truck is just here. That's what just reminded me. We've got our repair, sell, customize point, and we've got our buy point just here. Now, as you saw, the forklift needs some repair. If we go into this menu as well, if you look down that, you'll see that a lot of that machinery and equipment needs repair. So some of the things you start with need a few bits here and there. I think it's all the machinery. The rest of it is, yeah, lizard fertilizer bag, cultivar fertilizer tank. Yeah, we've got a few bits and bobs there. So there's a few things that need some repair work when we first start. Now I'm going to head back to the train, and I'll see you there in just a second. When we finish with the train, I'm going to get a vehicle to just show the last little bits by road. The vehicle I'm going to get, I've put in myself. You don't start with it on the map or anything like that. I just thought it would fit quite nicely. You'll see in a little while. Back on the train. Continue on to the next point, and that is point E. Please stop, please stop, please stop. Again, this is just brilliant, absolutely fantastic, love it. Just stop there. If I press L3 now, so we are at the Trinchea FS. This is a point to buy. It's a railroad silage clamp, so you can store 200,000 litres here, which you can then load onto your train. But as we now know, you can then take that silage and you can sell it directly from the train at the biogas plant. But what we'll do is we'll go around here, hop up onto that, up the steps. So you've got a big silage clamp here. You can fill up, compact, let it ferment, and you bring it here, tip it into there. Then it will take 200,000 litres. Then bring your train along. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now you can, I think possibly like the biogas plants, you might need to buy this first. So as we go around here, it's on part of that. You've got E and F here. If I click on that, that's kind of all part of one thing. Although that's not. Oh, mind you, yeah, that's there. Maybe you need to. You might need to own it first, possibly. And the same goes with F, which is just over there, which we're going to walk over to in just a second. So we did the shop. We came back to the train, we've come round, we're now here at Trinchea FS. And whiz over the hill. Point F is Campano Italia. It's an Italian shed. It's a storage facility. We've got a shed and we've got some storage over here, but again, you need to buy it to be able to use it. So, just here, marked on the ground, we have got storage for seed and fertiliser, which are those tanks there. And we have got a storage silo just here. So some additional storage if you want to buy it. It's already here, it's already included in the map, it's just, something to build up to. Back on the train again. Oh no, I've just remembered something. There was me saying there wasn't anything I found on the map, that there is one thing. Yeah. Could be a mistake, could be an issue, it could be the map will need an update. You'll see when we get there. So continuing on, we're going round now to the IFO cell point. So we did the IFE, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know why I wrote IFED, but IFE. So this is now the IFO cell point. Now, unlike the other one, which is a cell point or transfer onto train. This is just a sell point, but you can sell from the road or from the train here at the IFO. Sell point is just under there. But like I said right from the start, the fact that the map maker has said, you know, everything's been made custom. This isn't like a usual railroad silo east, railroad silo west. It's just plonked on, but this is all custom made stuff. So we come from the Trinchea up here to IFO. We're going to head around to point G, and then that'll be the train loop done. I'm going to grab a vehicle, and then we're going to drive into the middle, and we'll do the last 3 points in there, and have a little bit more look. We'll look at more of the scenery. It's what we'll do. So from here, bear in mind, look, we're right at the map edge here. It doesn't look like we're at the map edge. It doesn't feel like we're anywhere near the map edge. More cracking detail though. Now this is the one point I'm not sure about. And it's up here. Now point G, if we go to the menu here, point G says Stalla Aval, which is the cow shed. So what should happen is, like with all the other bits we've bought, if we go to point G and we click on it, he says, and buy it for 24 grand, I thought the fact it's a cow shed, that a cow shed would appear. But nothing's come up for cows, so I don't know. This is where it's supposed to be, right here. So I don't know if it's a glitch. Like I said, there's nothing saying required mods. So it's not like there's not a cow shed I haven't installed or something. But I'm wondering if it's a glitch or a problem that it should be here. Because if you look here, see all these little black bits in the air? If we look up as well, look, all these. I don't know if it just hasn't loaded up properly, whether it's a glitch on console. It may need an update, because it looks like there are certain bits that should be here, but just aren't. That's the only bit. The only bit. So yeah, potentially an update. That's point G, the cow shed. Then from here, we'll head back round and we'll be right by the dairy and then back to the main train station. Give me a couple of minutes, I'll grab a vehicle. And we'll go, let's say inland, into the middle. We've done the ring road. Kind of for me, this highlights the point since the announcement of FS22 coming out in the autumn, fourth quarter. Could be October, November, or December. I've had a few comments, people leaving stuff now saying, well, there's no point now doing mods. Why do we need any more mods? FS19's finished. Everyone's got to wait for FS22 now. Shouldn't people start on that? It's 5-6 months. We've got a while to go before it comes out. And then people saying, well, the mods are just rubbish now. Nothing decent's going to come out. Who's going to mod anything for FS19 now? Look at this. I know this has been in the works for a little while, not just leading up to, not since FS32 was announced, this suddenly was made, but this is kind of, you know, I would say this says otherwise. Right, I'm going to get a car, bear with me. Right, I'm back. So what I thought I would do, just do the last bit, I don't know, I just thought it was really fitting. A bug. It just fits right. Having a bit of a tour, a nice leisurely tour around Italy. What better way to see it? But it's things like this. Look at the cobbled roads. There's a few patches around in different places like this. But, man, Now I'm going to go this way, I think. There are certain bits of this that say one way only or no entry. I'm sure I'm going to find them, aren't I? But it doesn't matter, because like I say, this is another one of those maps. I could just happily just spend ages just driving around. Now I'm not going to get to show you all of it. There are so many bits to just take in. But we'll take in some of the scenery on our way. So we're going to head to the next point now, which is the second of the farms, which is the pig farm. I think it's Masseria Palma. So we're heading to, got rid of the route now. I think it's this way. Masseria Palma and Point C. Point C is another silage clamp. Stuff like that reminds me of like the end bit for Gladiator. You know, you can imagine an old Roman villa being up on the hillside, that kind of thing. That attention to detail. So here, I think it's coming up, yeah. Now I may have missed some things as well, like I said, I can't show you everything, you know, all the details and all the tracks and all the roads and all the things like that. I hope I haven't missed any sell points or anything like that. I might have done, I hope not. So we just tuck in here. So this is point C, which is another silage clamp that you need to buy. You can tip in from the back as well as in from the front, and it's got a little shed next door as well. Continuing up here, we come to Masseria Palma. Or Masseria, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So we are here at point 2. It's up there. Point 2 is Palma. So what we'll do now is we'll buy that plot. 401,000. Which now puts another sleep trigger. And the pig icon. The sleep trigger, I think, is here at the front. Just there. We've got a workshop here. It's these as well, like lovely trimmed hedges and yeah, brilliant. Storage for pig food and regular storage can be put in just there, can be taken out from those ones there. Pig food for the pigs can go into that one there. If we go downstairs, say downstairs, following the manicured hedge into here. Our dialogue box for our pigs is just there. This will hold 200 pigs. Our water point was, where was the water point for them? Oh, here, there we go. There's the water point. Again, nicely clearly marked. It's great. I assume that's the slurry point just there. Oh, that's the slurry point, isn't it? Maybe that's the manure point then. But brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. From here then, we will be looking at the last point, which is point 1. Like I say, on the map that's showing as a farm or buildings. If I click on that now, that's 70,000 to buy that. So we'll buy that plot, but nothing comes up. There's no silos, there's nothing else comes up there, no other animals or anything. I'm trying to work out the best route to go. I think we'll drive through. It will take us past another water point, which is again lovely, just picturesque and great. Like I say, even if you look at the download and think, oh, that's just too big, I'm not downloading it. Even if you decide, you know what, it's not the kind of map you want to play on, you can, I hope you can appreciate the quality of it, the level of detail, how stunning it is. So another water point just here. Again, looks like part of an old kind of Roman water system type thing. It's just great stuff. Too many maps, not enough hours in the day. And we come up to the highest point of the hills here. This kind of spine that runs across the middle of the map with the railway running all the way around it. But I think this is the kind of, the only downside to this I can see is because there are already 3 sleep triggers on the map. If you decided, well, I want my farm to be up here on the hill and I want to build it myself, you won't then be able to put your own sleep trigger on, unless you go onto multiplayer to do it possibly. But if we come in from, I think we can come in from this way, can't we? Yeah. You'll see. Now again, I don't know if this is intentional. This has been left on purpose to be a placeables point so you can put whatever you want up here, or whether there is supposed to be something up here and it may need an update. I think it's placeables, because reading all the blurb and stuff that goes with it, it does give the impression that, yeah, it says it has 2 farms, Masseria Palma number 2 on the PDA and Masseria Azura number 3 on the PDA, because one's got chickens, one's got pigs, they both got silos. This one isn't mentioned as having anything in particular, but this is, according to the key, if we come up to 1, Italia. So that's what it's supposed to be. So like I say, I don't know whether it's what you're kind of aiming for, but we've been around the map. We've kind of had a look at everything. We've added in the bits that we need to add in so you can see where they all are. We've got all that fantastic crane stuff going on. We've got the overload silos up on the hillside, the biogas plant, the sawmill, the silage clamp there that loads into the train, and just the level of detail. I want to go back that way because I just want to show that road, that winding switchback bit of road before we finish. Am I going the wrong way? Probably. I'm lost. There we go. Actually, we probably could have got to it that way. Here we go. Is that not just glorious? So that's something that should be on a rally game. Should be having a dab on the handbrake, kicking the back out. Fantastic. So that's Italia demo version by Edomod, Sbaffo Farming and SMI Modding Team. Hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.